I welcome you to this year's business conference, all right? Business Owners Global Conference 2025. But before I go on, let me first do a shout out to Reverend Adini Atiba. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday, friend. Happy birthday, boss. Maybe after this conference, we'll find the time to just go drink and just eat some fish. Happy birthday, Reverend. And thank you for this opportunity once again. Last year was beautiful, last year was glorious. This year is going to be more powerful. So I welcome you once again to Business Owners Global Conference 2025. My name is Michael Ojuola, but most people call me Minister Mike. That's the brand. So once again, welcome. Today, in the next 20-25 minutes, I will just do a masterclass. We cannot go deep down or deep dive into sales because it will take hours, all right, over 1-2 hours. If we really want to go into all aspects of sales, it's not going to be a day or 20 minutes. So it's just going to be a masterclass, all right. This business conference is valuable. Last year, if you did not watch all the videos last year, please go on the YouTube channel and watch them all right. But this year, I will try as much as possible to summarize my experience, summarize my thought process as a salesperson, as a marketing psychologist. Psychologist. I will try as much as possible to narrow down my points so that immediately after you'll be able to take actionable insights away. You'll be able to take immediate action, all right? Because after all has been said and done, if you refuse to act on all the ideas, all the frameworks, all the suggestions, all the opinions, all the knowledge that will be shared by me and other speakers, there is nothing else that we can do. Do you understand me? Action is important, especially in this day and age that we are. Action is important. You have an idea, act on it immediately. That is a way of introduction that I just have to say that, all right? My name is Michael Ojuola once again, and today, I will talk about heart and hustle. That's the title of my own presentation to you today. Heart and hustle. Practical ways to upgrade your sales game and crush your sales goals this year, next year, every time. All right? Heart and hustle. That is the topic that I will be speaking on. I will give you practical ways for you to upgrade your sales game and crush your sales goals. Why am I qualified to teach you this? I have 15 plus years experience in sales leadership across multiple industries, all right? I've helped Nigerian businesses increase their conversion rates by an average of over 37-38% after they consulted with me. I love SMEs, all right? I love small businesses because I believe they are the engine of every national development. So in the way to contribute to national development as a Nigerian, as an African, I love SMEs. I love to help them a lot. So over 37% conversion rate has been recorded. This is a record that is on ground. I will over time increase that one to over 55%. That's my target. I'm certified in advanced sales methodologies training. I also have certification in mindset transformation. And like I said before, I love the psychology of consumers. So I also have a degree in marketing psychology, a diploma in marketing psychology. So I've worked with over 200 SMEs in Nigeria, still counting. That is, my aim is over 1 million, so I'm still way below target. Nevertheless, over 200 SMEs have benefited directly and indirectly from my consultation. That is why I believe I am qualified to teach you one or two things. Yes, there are better people out there that knows more than me, but I know more than you. I know some things more than you in this game. So listen to me. In the next 15-20 minutes, we'll be done, and you will have learned something that you can use today that you will start getting results in the next 2-3 days. That is a guarantee that I'm giving you. So this is the promise that I'm making to you today. There are key takeaways that you will take away today. Number one is I will share with you 3 practical heart-based techniques to build deeper customer connections. 3 practical heart-based techniques to build deeper customer connections. I will share that with you. I will also share with you 4 hustle strategies that will dramatically increase your conversion rate. 4 hustle strategies that will dramatically increase your conversion rate. There will be, I will share with you towards the end of this presentation a complete action plan that you can implement immediately. A complete action plan, it's just a simple slide. A complete action plan that you can implement immediately. And finally, the exact framework that helped small businesses that I'm working with in Nigeria increase their sales by over 60%. In 90 days, they increased their sales by over 60%. So those are the key takeaways today. 3 practical heart-based techniques to build deeper connection with your customers. 4 hustle strategies that will dramatically increase your conversion rate, and a complete action plan that you can implement immediately. And finally, the exact framework that I use to help small businesses increase their sales by over 62% in 90 days. See, there is a sales challenge out there, and I want to believe that most of my audience today, they are Nigerians. Okay, so one thing I do whenever I'm facilitating or teaching or doing any masterclass, I look at the audience and I address them. The moment the audience is like over 50-60% from a country, I address that country more. Not that I won't address other countries, but I address that country more because they are more in the audience. All right, so that's exactly the thing I'm going to do today. So when you hear me say Nigeria, everybody, whether you are watching from the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Singapore, wherever you are watching this, before or immediately in this particular conference or after, because I believe this recording will also be shared after the whole conference is over, you need to understand where I'm coming from. I'm a Nigerian, I'm an African, and I'm talking from Nigeria. So I will be addressing my brothers and sisters more. But my brothers and sisters in diaspora from different ethnicity, from different countries, you also can learn from this, because I believe when it comes to sales, cultural influence is a factor, but that factor can be negligible sometimes. You understand? It can be negligible sometimes. So there is a Nigerian sales challenge. The reason why I said that before is because that is what I want to address right now. There is a sales challenge that I think is also, if we think about it very well, it's also applicable everywhere. Nevertheless, let me call it Nigerian sales challenge. Okay, there is a current market reality that it's important for you to learn about. There is a current market reality, and the number one thing is there is increasing competition from both local and international businesses. Technology, internet has broken down barriers, and it will be forever. Technology and internet has broken down barriers that I believe is going to be forever. You are directly, the moment you start any business, you are directly competing, or competing with you directly are local competitors and international competitors. You have local businesses and international businesses competing with you, and they are increasing on the daily basis. You can just name them because they've not advertised any. I will not name some, but you can see that every app you open, there is a particular e-commerce that will always pop up as if the type of massive marketing that those guys are doing is incredible. You are competing against them. Whether you are selling thrift, or you are selling clothes, or you are selling tomato, whatever it is you're selling, there is both local and international businesses that are competing with you directly. That is the market reality. That is what you need to know about. That is what you need to think about. Whenever you are trying to write your strategy, write your plan, think about that. All right? Think very well about that. Another thing is, there more customers, all right? Buyers are becoming more informed, and they are becoming more selective. Buyers, your customers, your prospects, your clients are becoming more informed, and they are becoming more selective because there are options out there. That is another market reality. Another thing is there is economic pressure, or let me say there are economic pressures affecting purchasing decisions. The purchasing power of most African countries is now on all-time low. So you have to also deal with that. That is another marketing or market reality that as a salesperson, you need to think about. This particular product that I'm bringing in, can people afford it? Do I even know the people that can afford it? Because there is an economic reality to anything you are selling. There is an economic dimension to it. There is economic pressure. And finally, technology. I mentioned it before, but it's worthy of another mention. Technology is disrupting traditional sales channels every single day. Disruption is going on every single day. Technology is literally disrupting every traditional sales channel, but there is an opportunity. Those who master both heart and hustle will dominate this environment, and that is exactly why you need this masterclass. What is the heart of sales? Why do you think, Mike, that emotional connection matters in Nigerian businesses? The first thing is Nigerian culture values relationships before transactions, and I think it's most cultures everywhere. We value relationships before transactions. Most of us have bought things from people because we just like them, not necessarily because we want to buy that thing. Yes, we want that thing, but we might have postponed that thing if we don't like the seller. But most times, we value relationship more than transaction. And also, trust is the foundation of all sustainable businesses, all sustainable business partnership. People need to trust you before they can do business with you. That is another heart of sales. Are you trustworthy? Is your brand trustworthy? Can I trust you before I do business with you? The foundation of every business partnership is trust. Do you understand me? It is trust. And emotional intelligence creates 3 times more sales opportunities than product knowledge alone. I'm not saying you shouldn't know about your product. I'm not saying you shouldn't know what you're selling. But emotional intelligence has proven to give 3 times more sales. How you manage the objections and the interactions between your customers and you has shown to give 3 times more sales than just knowing about your product. So what are the 3 major question method? There is a 3 question method. Let me reframe like this. See, for you to know what your customer wants, you have to learn the art of asking questions. Yeah, that's better presented, right? You have to learn how to question your prospect. And I call it the 3 question method. The first question is, what is your biggest challenge right now? What is your biggest challenge right now? That is a question that will help you learn about what your customer wants, what your prospect wants. The next question is, how is that particular challenge affecting your business or your life? Then you will know where the problem is. What is your biggest challenge now is the first question. How is that affecting your business or your life? That's the next question. It will help you to go deeper. You now know, okay, what are you truly trying to solve? You can have a challenge, but until you know how that challenge is affecting the prospect's business or their life, you won't know the type of solution for you to offer them. Then the third question is, what will success look like for you in this particular area that you are having, in this particular area that is being affected in your business or your life? What will success look like for you? This 3 question method is important. I want you to learn it. See, you'll be able to now present to that person a completely customized solution that is focused on what they want rather than what you are selling. Your solution will be focused on what they want rather than what you are selling. And for you to be able to listen to their answer, there is a framework I call the HEAR framework, HEAR framework, the HEAR framework. And it's like this. H stands for hold space. That is, give full undivided attention to your prospect. Put away your phone. Maintain eye contact. When you're talking to anybody that you're trying to sell to, put away your devices, maintain eye contact. That is holding space. That's the H. The E is empathize. You need to feel where the shoe is pinching them. That's the Nigerian thing. You need to know how whatever it is they are facing is really affecting them. Do you understand? That is you acknowledging the feelings behind the words that they are speaking to you. Acknowledge the feelings behind the words. And the A stands for ask, follow up. Ask follow-ups. Go deeper than surface responses. Whenever they tell you something, go deeper. Ask them, okay, you said this. You said that you are frustrated that you are losing customers because your suppliers are reliable. I hear that. But you mentioned quality issues with your suppliers. What specific problems are you seeing? That is asking follow-up questions. That shows you are really listening. And that is the HERE framework. That shows you are really listening. And the R stands for reflective understanding. Summarize what they just told you accurately. Summarize whatever this interaction that you just had with them, summarize it accurately. That is how they can know that you've heard them. So what I'm hearing from you is that inconsistent supply quality is causing you to lose repeat customers, which impact about 30-35% of your revenue. Is that correct? Is that right? Am I understanding you correctly? That is the HERE framework. You hold space, you empathize, you ask follow-up questions, and you reflect understanding. That is the 3 HERE framework. That is the HERE framework that you can use to listen to your prospect. Then you move to value-first mindset. You need to give before you ask. That is value-first mindset. What values are you giving before you ask for the sale? Before you ask for the purchase? Before you ask them to bring their money? What value are you giving? Give before you ask. That's an approach that I want you to learn. Give before you ask. The first give is you provide actionable insight without really expecting anything in return. You are building a relationship. Provide actionable insight without expectation. Then the second ask will be you solve a small problem for them, so that you can demonstrate to them that you have capability, so that they will know your capacity to deliver. You solve a small problem for them. Just give them a white paper, give them a small PDF, 2 pages or 3 pages that will solve a particular problem that they are facing. Then you can now ask. You can now make a relevant and earned request. Why? Because you've given. Then you have a right now to ask them. Do you understand me? That is how businesses are building over 70% referral rate by providing access, by providing free. That is the freemium model. You give before you ask. You give something for free, they return email addresses, they return phone numbers or WhatsApp numbers. You'll be able to communicate with them again. That is a value-based mindset. As a salesperson, as a marketer, have a value-based mindset. All right, have a value-based mindset. And there is a hustle blueprint. We've just talked about the heart of the sales. Now let's talk about the work, the hustle of the sales. There is what I call the hustle blueprint. See, there is the mathematics behind sales success. It is predictable. It's a science. If you cannot measure anything you're doing, you cannot improve it. That is why the science of sales is important. You need to be able to measure whatever it is that you're doing, so that you can improve upon it, so that you can know where you are lacking, so that you can know where the problem is. And there is this, what I call the entrepreneur's critical metrics that you need to know. Number 1 is lead to meeting ratio. Lead to meeting ratio. This is the percentage of leads that turn into actual meetings with potential customer. It will show how effective you are at getting prospects to take the next step. Lead to meeting ratio. Then we have the meeting to proposal ratio. After you've met a customer, did it lead to them asking for your proposal? You need to be able to measure the ratio. You need to be able to measure how well you move your prospects from discussions to potential deals. That is meeting to proposal ratio. Then you have proposal to close ratio. It's one thing to submit proposal, all right? It's another thing for you to be able to close that proposal. This will show you how successful you or your team is at converting proposals into actual sales. And then you need to be able to measure your average deal size. It will help you to understand the revenue potential of each sale. Because you just sold 3,000 naira to somebody or 30,000 naira to somebody, that doesn't mean you are making profit. That doesn't mean that in that particular business it has potential. You need to know, okay, this particular business that I'm into, what is the average deal size that I can get from here? It will give you the revenue potential in that niche. And finally, there is a sales cycle length. You need to know the time it takes to close a deal from the first contact with a prospect. When I meet you, when you meet a customer, what time, how many days, how many hours did it take you for you to close that person from lead to payment? You need to know. A shorter sales cycle means that you will generate revenue faster, while a longer cycle shows that it will be difficult for you to generate revenue. Those are metrics. Lead to meeting, meeting to proposal, proposal to close, average deal size, sales cycle. You need to know all those things. See, there is a mathematics to sales, and that is what I'm teaching you right now. And there is something I call the value creation. It's math. Value equals dream outcome minus pain of staying the same divided by perceived risk minus effort required. I think after this, they will share with you my slides, all right? Maybe as a gift, as a bonus, it depends on what doctor will decide. Value equals dream outcome minus pain of staying the same divided by perceived risk minus effort required. This is just how it is. You increase your dream outcome by amplifying the pain of staying the same, and you decrease the perceived risk by also reducing the effort required for a prospect to make a sales. This is how it will happen. This is like, let me give you like the practical application of what I just said. You add the benefit that is beyond the core offering. You help the prospect to understand the full cost of not taking action. Then you remove from them the obstacles with a guarantee or testimonials as a social proof. Then you make implementation or transaction seamless so that they will be able to pay almost immediately. Let me give you an example. Maybe, for example, you are a tech academy and you're trying to sell a 250,000 naira web design course. All right. If you just say, come and buy 250,000 web design course, most people will say, "Ooh, it's too costly. I don't have money." Blah. Even if some of them have money, they'll say, "Oh, I don't have money." But let's now use that particular framework, which I call the Grand Slam offer, to make it so juicy. This is what you now do. You said 6-week web development course. Value is 250,000 naira. You now add to it job placement assistance. Value is 120,000 naira. Plus 1 year membership or mentorship access. That is valued at 200,000 naira. Plus money back guarantee if you did not get any job offer within 3 months. That is value, that is invaluable. Plus 25% discount for the next 48 hours. That is making it easy for them even to make purchase by giving them guarantees. This particular offer is a grand slam, and it's too good that I will recommend that you go and use it. Listen again to what I just said and go and find a way to recoin it for whatever it is you're selling. You just want to sell something at 50,000 and add more values to it, so that the person will think, I'm buying this thing at 50,000 even though it costs 1.5 million. I'm buying this thing at 250,000 even though the total package is costing me 2.5 million naira. Ooh, that's a deal. Let me buy it now. That is a core guaranteed grand slam offer. Primary offer plus value that you're adding plus guarantee plus urgency will convert anytime. That is one way for you to create offer that is difficult to refuse for any prospect. See, you need to also learn as a salesperson how to flip objection. All right, turning no into yes. How can you flip objection? This is a 3-step response that I will just teach you that you can use almost immediately. Number 1 is to acknowledge. Number 2, you reframe whatever they said. Number 3, you prove that you have value. Number 1, you acknowledge them. I completely understand your concern about the price I just gave you. Number 2, you reframe what they just said. That's exactly why we've restructured our payment terms to align with the revenue cycle of your company. And number 3, you now give them value. Let me show you how other retailers achieved 3 times revenue, 3 times return on investment rather, within the first 60 days, 30 days, 90 days. That is a 3-step response to flip objection anytime. Acknowledge what they just told you, reframe what they just told you as an opportunity, then prove that you have value to give them. See, you need to also learn how to follow up. After you've spoken to a prospect, following up is important. The 777 system of follow-up is follow up immediately, 7 minutes after you've made initial contact, follow up with them. Send them a personalized thank you message. 7 hours after, share with them a valuable resource directly related to their specific challenge. Then 7 days after, follow up with a customized solution proposal or the next step. This 777 follow up works, all right, because you are not showing that you are too desperate for their service, but you are still showing that you want them on board. Do you understand me? Practice that. See, you can use WhatsApp Business for the 7 minute follow up. You can use your Google Calendar for that 7 hours. You can use a customer relationship management system for that 7 days. Find it, all right? WhatsApp Business is cool for this type of thing. Do you understand me? You need to also learn as a salesperson how to engineer urgency in your prospect. How can you make them feel that they need to make a decision now? There are ethical ways to do this. I will just share with you two. Number one, genuine scarcity tactics. Give them limited implementation slots per month. That is a way for you to say, oh, I need to do this before the option closes. Seasonal pricing adjustment. Also, oh, it's December time, let me do discounts. You know, that's the technique that Black Fridays use. Early adopters bonus. Yes, my software is coming out in 3 months. If you buy it now, you will get it for $10, even though by 3 months later, you will get it for $500. There is an early adopter. That is how you can create a sense of urgency. Also, there is a cultural considerations to this. Community-based incentives, like if you can find 5 people to come and join or buy into this course, you will pay half of the price. That is community-based incentive. Respect for decision-making hierarchy. Okay, if your boss will make a decision right now, it is free consultation for the next 1 year. That is a way for you to create urgency. See, there is a synergy as I tie this particular teaching up, this masterclass. Let me tie it up by saying this. Heart must meet hustle. For you to be a grounded salesperson, your heart and your hustle must meet, and there is a synergy to this. Heart without hustle is just going to, like, you are a beloved consultant, everybody like you, but nobody is buying from you. That is heart without hustle. And there is hustle without heart. You are the aggressive salesperson, all right? Your sales team is one of the most aggressive sales team ever, but there is no repeat customer. They only buy from you once. They don't come again because they really don't like you. They don't like you. Yes, you got the sales, but you will not get repeat purchase. And repeat customers makes profit. Do you understand? It helps the business to scale. It helps the business to grow. And there is heart plus hustle. That is, you are a company that is achieving maybe 85% customer retention while growing maybe 40 to 43% annually. Why? Because you've achieved sustainable growth and you have raving fans, people that are dedicated to your brand. This is what I want you to go and do as we close this teaching, this masterclass. This is what I want you to go and do. You need to audit your heart and you need to audit your hustle. Rate your emotional connection skills between 1 to 10. Identify your weakest connection point and then commit to one heart-focused improvement this week. Maybe you implement the hair framework this week. That's what I want you to go and do. And on your hustle scorecard, identify which metrics are you currently tracking. If you are not tracking any metrics, write it down. You are not tracking any metrics. That's how you can use this teaching to benefit and to make your life better, to make your sales better, to make your company better. Do you understand me? Which conversion points need immediate attention? You need to identify. That is your hustle scorecard. What is your value equation missing? For example, will you restructure your offer using the Grand Slam formula that I just shared by Friday or today or tomorrow? Do you understand me? That is how you audit your heart and also audit your hustle. Go ahead. This is what I want to close with right now. See, you need to implement this plan, and this is how it will look like. In month 1, you feel uncomfortable. All right, you will see promising results, but you will feel uncomfortable because this is not what you are used to. You've not done this for a while. Then in month 2, you will see that you are growing more confident in how you interact with prospects. You are growing more confident in how you close some sales, and you see consistent application is the reason why your confidence is growing. And by month 3, you will naturally integrate and you start seeing incredible exponential results. So this is what I want you to go and do today. The one thing I want you to do today is choose one heart technique and one hustle strategy. One heart technique and one hustle strategy from today's presentation, from this presentation, and implement them both in your very next sales call, in your very next sales conversation, if after this conference you are going to make a sales call, implement one hustle strategy, one heart technique, and I want you to document exactly what changed in that particular interaction. Document it. If you want to share it with me, just send me an email or send me a direct message. Do you understand? You go on my website, you will see my links there. See, you need to remember that excellence is not about doing 4,000 things at once. No, that's not how you build excellence. You build excellence by doing maybe 4 things 1,000 times until you master those 4 things. And that is exactly what I want you to learn today. To build sales excellence, find those 4 or 2 things that you will do consistently over 1,000 times until you build mastery. I want to thank you for joining me on this great conference. I want to thank you for tuning in. This is what I will leave you with. The heart gives you permission to sell. The hustle ensures that you actually do sell. So combine your heart and your hustle to become a well-rounded salesperson. Go and win. Thank you. And Reverend, thank you for having me. Maybe next year we'll have this again. Thank you. Bye for now.